Okay. Record in 3, 2, 1. What's up, Spartan? And this is Kuya Red again, and welcome to Red Spartan Cage TV. Today, our video will be about spreadsheet, and this lesson will be applicable for those who are starting to learn about ICT. This level is applicable for grade 3 level, so I suggest for those who are learning about spreadsheet, you can watch this video, and below this video is the description. I also put some information about the activities that you can try to do later. Okay, so again, this is Kuya Red, and this is Red Spartan Cage TV. Let's begin. So, before we begin the entire lesson, I would like to shout out some of my students in the school that I am teaching. Shout out to Melinda, to Yuing, to Rina, Kema, Jolida, Subaru, Mingching, Mingkirng, Kunuwat, Rayhan, Duryatsa, Donik, Somnap, Sokheng, Bisot, Chesda, Panya, and Kimchi. Shout out to all of you guys, and thank you for continuously supporting me. Now that I reached my 1,000 subscriber, I hope you will be always there until I reach 100,000 subscriber. Yes. Okay. So let's continue. Okay, so these are our goal or our objectives for today. So we have here open and close Microsoft Office Excel 2007. Second is identify row, column, active cell, and cell's name. Also move around a spreadsheet. We also have number 4, enter, delete, and change text in a spreadsheet. Number 5 is add a row in a spreadsheet, add a column in a spreadsheet on number 6. Number 7, we have delete a row in a spreadsheet. Number 8, we have delete a column in a spreadsheet. Number 9, adjust a columns width in a spreadsheet. Number 10, select a range of cell in a spreadsheet. Number 11, format text in a spreadsheet. Number 12, align text in a spreadsheet. Number 13, change font. Number 13, change font of text in a spreadsheet. Number 14, change font size of text in a spreadsheet. And number 15, change font color of text in a spreadsheet. Okay, so let's move on. So the $1,000,000 question is, what is a spreadsheet? So, a spreadsheet consists of rows and columns. And we can use a spreadsheet to represent information in the form of tables. So, here are some examples of spreadsheets. We have Google Sheets, which is we rarely use it. In my class, I rarely use Google Sheet. We also have Apple Numbers and Microsoft Office Excel, which is I always use, and Open Office Calc. But today, on this lesson, we will focus more on Microsoft Office Excel. Okay? So we will use the Microsoft Office Excel 2007 to draw this table. As you see, we have the table there that has some information. We have some names and addresses and age. Okay, different age. So how to open a Microsoft Office Excel 2007? So opening Microsoft Excel 2007, first is we click on the Start button. Next is we click on All Programs. And then we click on Microsoft Office. And then we click on Microsoft Office Excel 2007. Or we can just double click on the Microsoft Office Excel 2007 if we will see this icon. Okay? Once you see this one, this icon, it means that is a Microsoft Office Excel 2007. So now, as we open it, it will appear like this. It might not be that clear, but later on I will show you how to do it. Okay, it will be clear later. Okay, so Microsoft Excel Office 2007. Okay, this will how it looks like. Okay, once we already click the Microsoft Office Excel 2007. So once we close it, how are we going to close it? We can just click close button, this button. Okay, we can just click the close button at the upper right corner of the screen and it will close automatically. Okay, next, so we can also do like we can also click on the Office button here and then click on the Exit Excel on this part. Okay, so we can also click that one. So what's the difference between a row, column, and cell? So I will explain it to you one by one. Let's start with row. Row is the horizontal line, which is, it has numbers. In Excel, it is the horizontal line that has numbers. Okay, so we have here example, row 3, this one, row 3. And another one is row 10. Those are our example. Next is column. So columns consist of letters. So column A, we have here column B, column C, column D. These are the vertical columns. These are the vertical lane. Okay. Next is another example. We have a column F. Okay. And next is cells. Cells is a combination of column and rows. And we read them by looking at this part to identify their name. So here, example, this one, this cell is A1 because it's combination of a letter, which is a column, and a row. So A1. Next, we have here B5. So we have B5 there, and we also have here C7. So that's our cell. And we have also what we call active cell. Active cell is a cell where you click, and that's the only cell that you can work on. So we have here active cell, and you will notice that the active cell has thicker line or thicker. You will notice that the active cell has thicker lines on the side. So that's our active cell. Our active cell so far is H7. And then if you look at here, it is H7. Next is, so here is our active cell again, which is H and then 7. Next is our another example. So it says here H7 and C3 are cell address. So here C3, this is the cell address. For cell C3, C is the column, of course, and 3 is the row number. So here, as you see, we are going to have an activity. So below the description of this video, you can download the activity file. I will just explain the part of the first activity and other activities, which is we're going to work on our, let's say, papers. We're going to do as a paperwork. So we have here paperwork activity 1. So shading columns. So there are some instruction there. Shade the column A. So shade the column D and column G. So all you have to do is to shade, or maybe you can just color it. Yes, you can use some other colors, okay? Different kinds of color. Okay, shade, 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 shade. Next, second activity. It's also in the description below. Shading the row. So row 2, shade the row 2. Shade the row 6. Row 4. Row 6. Shade the row 6. Row 4. And also row 7. You can use different colors, okay? Next is the third activity. The third paperwork that we're going to do is to identify the cell. So now here, write the following cell address in the correct cell of the spreadsheet below. So E2, where is E2? E and then 2. So you write here, write your answer here, E2. Next is B7, okay, H5, and so on. Okay? And our fourth activity, identifying the cell. So once we identify the cell, this is our activity. Identifying the cell. Okay. So shade this the following cell in the spreadsheet below. Shade. Okay, we're not going to write their names. So we will just have to shade it. So A6, A and 6, so you have to shade it. Alright, and then D3, D and 3, you have to shade it. H9, H and 9. So we have to shade it again. Okay? So I hope you got the information. I hope you understand it. Next is moving around a spreadsheet. So here, we click on the cell to make it active, and then to move from one cell to another. So we use the arrow keys of the keyboard. Now our fifth activity, we have here fill in the blanks. So the first question here is, when I open Microsoft Office Excel, the active cell is what? What is the name of the first cell or the active cell? Okay. Next is, I press the right arrow key 3 times. Now the active cell is what? And there we have number 3. From there, I press down. I press the down arrow keys 5 times, and the cell blank become active. And the last one is, I must press the left arrow key how many times so that B6 becomes active. So I hope you will able to try that on your computer, or you can just do some imagination, you know, put some imagination how it moves the cell from one cell to another cell, and what will be the active cell every time we move up, down, left, or right. Okay, so at last, we have now our first computer activity, which is from the previous one, we had some, paperwork. So right now, we're going to work on our computer. So on our first activity, which is activity number 6, we are going to enter text in the cell of a spreadsheet. So how we do that? Like this. First is we will go to Start menu, and then we will search for Excel. I have here my Excel. I'll click that one and open the blank workbook. And here we go. We have our Microsoft Excel 2016. Okay, so that's our first activity, which is we're going to enter a text in the cell. So our active cell right now is A1. On A1, we will write the word name. And first is you will just type N. So as you see, as I type the letter N, you will see the cursor there. See? The one that blinked. Okay, so that's the cursor, and then I will just keep on going. Write the word write the word name. Next is we're going to move the cell from cell A1 to B1. So how we do that? We will just click our right arrow key to the right, move to B1. That's it. And we will write the next word, which is address. And next, after we write the word address, we will move on to the next cell, which is C1. And we will put the word age. Next, age. And that's it. So we're done with our first activity, which is entering text in the cell of spreadsheet. So we will move on now to our activity 7. And our activity 7 is deleting text in the cell of a spreadsheet. So how do we do that? Like this. We are going to delete one word that we made from activity 7, which is the word address. First is we will click on B1, which is address. Click there, and then we will click the word delete. Look at your keyboard, you will find the word delete. If you cannot find the word delete, maybe you will see the word DEL or del. So we will just click that one and it's gone. And that's how we end our activity number 7. Next is we will move on to our activity number 8, which is changing text in the cell of a spreadsheet. How do we do that? I'll show it to you. So here, we are just going to change the text in the cell of a spreadsheet by making the word name into a capital letter. So first is we will go click A1, which is name, and then we will click caps lock and write the letter N-A-M-E. Again, just click the caps lock, and it means that the capital letters are locked, and whatever you type will become capital letter. And that's how we end our activity number 8. Next is our activity number 9. And in our activity number 9, we will create a simple spreadsheet to show grade 3 pupils information. How are we going to do that? I'll show it to you. So we are going to write the name of our students and their addresses and age. So I will create some names here. So first, let's put age here on the second column. Next is address on the third column. And we have here Amira, which is, let's say, 7 years old. And she lives in Port Louis. Port Louis. Next is another one, which is Christian, age 7, who lives in Kirpan. Next is Pravin, whose age is also 7 and lives in Rose Hill. And let's have the last one. Last one is Rita, whose age is 7, who lives in Red Tweed. And before we end this activity number 9, we need to save the spreadsheet in the folder grade 3 using the file name pupils info. So we have here, I will move this one a bit. Okay, so you will see here, I'll click this one, make it bigger. Okay, I'll click this one, file, and then we have here save. And then we will go to this browse. We will browse, and let's go to click the desktop and new folder. Our new folder will be named as grade 3. Okay, and then click the grade 3. We will click the grade 3. And the file name must be put as pupils info, and then click save. As you see, the name of our Excel file here is pupils info. So next, we are going to activity 10, which is we will add a row in a spreadsheet. So how do we do that? I'll show it to you. So we already have some students here. Okay, so how are we going to do that? Insert a row between 3 and 4 in the spreadsheet pupil info. So we already have the spreadsheet pupil info. We will insert a row between 3 and 4. You see, 3 and 4. Okay, between Christian and Pravin. And we will add another student, which is, his name is Devin, whose age is 7 years old and lives at Coromandel. First is we have this one. Okay, we already have the pupil info. Next is we will right click on your mouse, right click on the row number 4. Okay, so you will see this line. Okay, right click on the row number 4. Next is right click on the row number 4. Next you will see this one, and you will see the word insert. As you see, after we click the word insert, you will see another additional row, and that's where we will put the information of Devon or Devon, whose age is 7 years old, from Coromandel. Okay, so right now we have 5 students. And then, of course, we have to click File and Save. And close the file. So that's our activity 10. So right now we are moving on to activity 11. In our activity 11, we will add one more column in our spreadsheet. So how are we going to do that? I'll show it to you. So on our activity 11, we're going to add a column in a spreadsheet. So first, I already opened the Excel file, which is the pupils info, and I right click on the column B. So you see the column B, right click, not left, right. Okay, you will see the arrow there. Okay, right click on a column B, and once you right click here, you will see this option, and just click the word and insert. Okay, so on our new column, we will just fill a new information, which is their surname. So we will put here surname. Capital surname. Okay. And we are going to put the surname of Amira as Mohammed. Next, Christian Nang. Devin Ramsami. Pravin Ramol. Ramlal. And last one as Rita Burton. So right now we have 4 columns: names, surnames, age, and addresses, and we got 6 rows, okay, with 5 students information. Okay, so we will click save, and we're done for activity number 11. Next is we are going to do activity number 12. On activity number 12, that is deleting a row in a spreadsheet. How are we going to do it? I'll show it to you. So here in our Excel file, pupils info, first, we're going to delete Amira Mohammed, which is she has been transferred to another school. So we have to delete her information in our pupils information spreadsheet by clicking on the row 2. Okay, and then as the menu appear, we will just click right click, and then as the menu appear, we will click the word delete, and then there you go. That student has already deleted, the student's information has already deleted in our pupil info spreadsheet. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is to click the file again and click save. Okay, so that's how we end on our activity number 13. Next is activity number 14. So we don't have number 13. Okay, so we'll just skip number 13. So next is activity number 14, deleting a column in a spreadsheet. So how are we going to do it? I'm going to show it to you. So as you see, we're going to delete a column in a spreadsheet. We're going to delete a column in a spreadsheet, which is we're going to delete the column of age. Okay, so we already have our Excel file. All we have to do is to right click on the C column, and as the menu appear, we will just choose the word delete. And there you go. We only have 3 columns. Column A is for names. Column B is for surname, and column C is for addresses. Next thing we're going to do is activity number 15, adjusting the columns width in a spreadsheet. So how are we going to do it? I'll show it to you. So on our file here, as you see, there are some word which is not fit or not enough space for it. So there are some words which is not fit exactly on the box. So we have to adjust each column just to be fit in each boxes or in each column. So there are some words this just like this one we have here, Coromandel. So all we have to do is to place the mouse pointer on the right border, okay? On the right border of the column C. So here, and you will see this kind of cursor. You see that the cursor from arrow. Okay, so first is plus sign, and then from arrow, once you move it on the right border, you will see this kind of cursor. And then hold it and adjust it. Okay? Okay, so adjust it as much as you can. You can adjust it as long as it will fit the word exactly. Okay? And then, of course, we have to click save. And that's how we end our activity number 15. Next activity will be activity number 16, which is a bit of paperwork. So check out the activity number 16 on the description below. You can download it, okay, if you don't have a copy of it. Okay, so fill in the blocks with the words given below. So here we got our words here. Click tables, spreadsheet, and rows, and all you have to do is to fill up the missing words. Okay. Next is activity number 17. Okay, so interpreting data in a spreadsheet. Interpreting data in a spreadsheet. So how do we do that? All you have to do is take a look on this example here. So study the table below and fill in the blanks. So look carefully, observe, okay, the column letters and the row numbers. Observe them, because there are some questions here such as what is the surname of Devon, Christian lives at where, Burton is the blank of Rita, okay, and who lives at Reduit. Okay, So read carefully all the information here before you answer it. So selecting a range of cell in a spreadsheet. So in selecting the range of cells in a spreadsheet, we need to click one of the cell and make it active, and then use the keyboard shift. Use the key shift, the shift key in our keyboard. Okay, again, we will click on the cell to make it active, and then click the shift key, and together with that is the arrow key. Okay, so how do we do that? We will do it together later, but let's move on our activity 18, which is select a cell A2, A3, B2, B3 in the spreadsheet. How are you going to do that? Like this. First is we already open our pupil info Excel file, and then click on the cell A2. Okay, that's our active cell. You see the box is a bit thicker. Okay. Next is we are going. Okay, Next is we are going to. Okay, we are going to use shift key. Okay, shift and then right arrow key. So shift, I already clicked the shift, and then right arrow key. Okay, and then after that, so it means that is A2 and B2. And then next thing we're going to do is to keep holding the shift and then press down. And right now, we also get the A3 and B3. And that's how we finish our activity number 18. Next is activity number 19. On our activity on number 19, we are just going to change the font in a spreadsheet. How are we going to do that? I'll show it to you. So on our activity number 19, we are just going to change the font of pupil's name to Comic Sans MS in our spreadsheet. First, we are going to select the A2, A3, A4, and A5. Okay, click this one. Okay, click the A2. Okay, and then shift down, down, down. Okay, so we got now A2, A3, A4, and A5. And after that, we are going here on our font. You see the word font. We are going to change the font into Comic Sans. Scroll down until we reach Comic Sans. And then, we will keep the size as 11. Okay? And after that, we just have to, before that, I think we have to adjust some, column, and then click save. Okay, click save, and then click save. Okay, so we're done on activity number 19. Next is we're going to do the activity number 20. On activity number 20, we are going to change the font size in a spreadsheet. How are we going to do that? That's a big question. Let me show it to you. We're going to change the font size only. Okay? Font size of pupils or students' surnames. Okay? So all we have to do is to click B2. Okay, B2. Click Shift and arrow key down. And then, as we already select it, we will go again on font and click the size into a bit bigger, which is 14. So as you see, there are some missing letter. So all we have to do is to adjust again the column. Okay? So we can see it clearly. And click the word save. Click save. Okay? Always don't forget to click save. Okay, so we're done with activity number 20. Next is activity number 21. In activity number 21, we are going to change the font color in a spreadsheet. So how are we going to do that? I'll show it to you guys. We're going to change the font color, the color of the addresses. So we have here, you see, as the font color of our addresses here are black, we're going to turn them into red. So first is click on the cure pipe, which is C2, and then click Shift and then press down, down, down. Okay. So after that, we are going to font again on this side, and we will click the letter A. You see the letter A, and then we will choose the color red. And as you see, the name of their, as you see, their addresses change from black turns into red. And after that, we just click File, click Save. And that's how we finish the activity number 21. So now, we are going to the next topic, which is cell alignment in a spreadsheet. Okay, cell alignment in a spreadsheet, as you will see, if you will go next to the font, which is alignment, you will see these options, these 6C options. They have meaning on each line. Okay, so this one means top line, align text to the top of the cell. Next is bottom line, align, which is align text to the bottom of the cell. Also, middle line, align text between the top and the bottom of the cell. Next is align text left, align the text to the left, and then center text, which is align at the center, okay, of the cell, and then align text right, which is it aligns the text to the right. And we also have this part in our Excel. We also have this B, I, and U. B stands for bold, I stands for italic, and U stands for underline. Okay, so once you click B, the letter will be a bit thicker, and once you click I, the letter will be a bit slant, and when you click U, the letter, the word will have an underline under it. Okay, so to align text in a spreadsheet, we select the cell and click on the align buttons. So here, the alignment buttons. But if you want to apply bold, italics, and underline to the text, we select the cell, and click on their buttons. It's just either B, I, or U. So we have another activity here, which is, I think this is second to the last activity that we have, So on our activity number 22, we will create a simple spreadsheet to show marks and grades of pupils of grade 3 in a math test. We will make new file. Okay, so Excel. Okay, so new. And we are going to use 3 columns, which is name, okay, let's make it capital, name, and then we have mark or their score, and then grade. And then the name here, let's start with Amira again. Her score is 87 and her mark is A. Next is Christian. Christian. And his score is 71 and he got B. Next is Pravin. His score is 28 and he got U. And last one is Rita. Her score is 50 and she got C. Okay, so we already have those information. Okay, so let's save it in our grade 3 file, and we will put in our grade 3 file, and we will put the file name as math test. Okay, so that's how we end our activity number 22. Let's move on to our last activity, which is activity 23. So on our activity 23, we have to apply the following formatting, okay, to the file math test. So we're going to manipulate, or let's say we're going to format or to change some of the words or letters or style that we need to change in the math file, in the Excel file named math test. How are you going to do that? I'll show it to you. So here we already have the file open. So first is change the font of the word name, mark, and grade to Times New Roman. So we're going to change the font. So we click Shift and then turn right, and then Times New Roman, because this is our style. Okay, Times New Roman, letter T, Times New Roman. Okay, so we have this one, Times New Roman, and the font size the font size must be increased up to 16. Next is change the color of the names of the pupils from black to blue. So click the Amira and then click Shift down, and then we will change their name from black into blue, light blue. This one is blue. Okay, next is apply bold to the grade of Pravin. Okay, and change it to red. So grade of Pravin, click on the B4 bold and change into red. Okay, good job. Okay, next is italic size italicize Amira's name. So we will click on A2 and then click italic. And that's how it looks like. Okay? Next is we are going to adjust the column widths where the next text does not fit. So we have some text here that does not fit. We need to adjust their columns. Okay. Next, save and close the file. Click save. File save, and we're done for our activity number 23. So we're done on our activity 23, and I think we already tackled all of the objectives that we're supposed to talk about. We have here, we already know how to open and close Microsoft Office Excel 2007. We also know how to identify row, column, active cells, and cells name. We were also able to move around a spreadsheet, enter, delete, and change text in a spreadsheet, add row, and add column in a spreadsheet. Also delete row and delete column in a spreadsheet. Also, we were able to adjust a column's width in a spreadsheet, and select a range of cells in a spreadsheet, format text in a spreadsheet, align text in a spreadsheet, change font, change size and font color in a spreadsheet. So again, this is Kuya Red, and this is Red Spartan Cage TV. I hope you have learned a lot from this video. See you again for my next video. Bye.